Press previews of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart have been released. I haven't had the opportunity to play the game myself, but I'm here to round up all of the new information from the 30 to 60 minutes for people played. First thing is everyone is loving the game. From the intensity of a scene, to the epic weapons, to how much is on screen, to how fast multiple worlds load. The loading is pretty revolutionary, and I can't wait to see how it's utilised throughout the entire game, but rest assured everyone is loving it, and that is very, very exciting. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has always been intended to be a PS5 game since its inception, and the opening shows that. It starts as a celebration of Ratchet & Clank's success and how many people they've saved throughout the years. It's been a couple of years though, so they're not feeling worthy of such praise at the moment since it's been peaceful. Then, Nefarious arrives, and it cranks up the intensity. You have an in-air grind rail chase, and yeah, this is epic. Insomniac aren't messing around, and you can see that from the first minute. Once this section ends, I believe it leads directly to the gameplay we saw from last year, but with a couple of changes here and there. Sadly, whilst Quark is in the game, it seems Jim Ward will not be reprising his role, but I'm sure whoever has taken over will do an amazing job. In an interview with Mike Daly, Rift Apart's director, on Game Informer, they said you still have choice with which levels you travel to, much like before, so you'll get a couple of info bots and you'll be able to pick and choose which one you want to go to, assuming you've picked up both. I'm quite glad that this is the case, and that leads us nicely into Torren IV, returning from a crack in time. However, this is an alternate reality version. I believe Torren IV is mid-game, or just past that, as you have 60 HP and a fair amount of weapons, though this might have been done for the purpose of the press demo, I'm unsure. It turns out Ratchet and Rivet share level-ups on weapons and health, etc. And of course, Rivet also has the hover boots, so you're going to be speeding around the world with either character. I do want to talk about the weapons we can see, but before that, the pirates from Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction are here. Except they're a little bit different. They're more teal blue kind of colour than Ratchet's reality, and the leader is a pirate called Pierre, instead of Pete and Captain Slag. Skid McMarks is apparently also in the game, but we haven't seen him yet. We may have heard him in the State of Play demo though.
If you can distract these troopers, I'll hack Nefarious's propaganda blimp and give this city a message it'll never forget.
But alright, enough waiting, let's get to the weapons. The Glove of Doom is back! I love these little guys, so I can't wait for them to wreak havoc once again. The weapon I thought was the Plasma Coil is a weapon called the Lightning Rod, which, to be fair, it does look similar in what it does, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it does when it's fully upgraded, because it's cool. It's really cool. The Drill Hound is, unsurprisingly, a drill combined with a hound. You fire them at enemies and they scream as the dog drills into them, and that's amazing. It seems to lock on a little bit too, so yep, looking forward to using that. There's a new shield weapon called the Void Repulsor, which is an epic sounding name, but it seems to create a shield in front of you and then you shoot that shield at the enemies, which is really cool. I think this is going to save us all quite a few times throughout the game. Finally, there's the Negatron Collider. It looks a little like the Alpha Disruptor and kind of sounds similar in name too. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an alternate reality version of that weapon. The Negatron Collider, much like every other weapon, feels incredible due to the haptic feedback on the controller, giving even more depth to the gameplay. The sound of the game sounds insane too. The power of the PS5 allows you to hear the depth of how far away something is, which I think will add a lot of immersion to the game. Going back to the weapons, according to PlayStation Access, every pixel in the pixelizer is ray traced, so you can go into photo mode and properly examine it, which is insane. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and let's talk armor. You can mix and match pieces of armor that you collect, and you find them in pocket dimensions, or arenas, or alternate paths on levels. I suspect it's going to be worth exploring the levels to find them. Finally, let's talk about why you're in Torren IV. You're exploring Torren IV to find the Fixer. It turns out the Fixer is a huge robot who's going through an existential crisis, as it's broken and has a massively pessimistic viewpoint. Clank and Rivet need the Fixer's help, so they try to make it realise that nothing is wrong with it, even if it's broken. Clank and Rivet are broken at the moment, as they've both lost an arm, but they're still awesome the way they are. This level sprinkles positive mental health messages in between the action, and I think that's amazing. There's a lot of depth in both storytelling and gameplay whilst being incredibly intense, and I have nothing but respect for that. This whole sequence looks just ridiculous, and you even grind on the robot. That's so cool. The story is also still a massive mystery, and I think will remain that way until the release. There's only 1 month to go, so get hyped until June 11th. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd very much appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe, share the video around. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter, and a Patreon if you'd like to support me in the channel. Tell me, what are you most excited to see? Which new piece of information excited you the most? I would love to know. Please do subscribe and click the notification bell to see when I upload more Ratchet & Clank stuff. I'll be uploading my first playthrough, and of course a Wrench and Hammer only playthrough, and maybe a couple other things that I have planned in between. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.